Okay, here we go. These are two of my teachers at Stratford Elementary. Linda White, she teaches preschool, and Katie Johnson, she teaches kindergarten. So we're going to visit with them a little bit about UDL. So girls, why did you decide to use UDL?
Well, when Lisa came to us and asked us about UDL, I racked my brain for 10 minutes trying to figure out what UDL was, and so I had to go back and ask her what UDL was because I had never heard of it. So she universally designed learning,
right?
And I still didn't know what that meant, so she sent me a little video and I watched that and I thought, oh, okay, we do this, but we call it differentiated instruction. So to me, that is just gearing your instruction to all kinds of learners. You have kids that learn by hands-on, and in preschool, that's most of my kids. If they can touch it and feel it and smell it and hear it, it's the best way for us to learn. Kind of flows over into kindergarten.
And we do a lot of hands-on, but then, we're starting the whole reading process. So I have some kids who are really ready for, lots of words with their work, and then others that need visual assistance through each step, and that's kind of how they learn best and how they're able to put themselves into it, or having the, some kids need manipulatives and some kids would prefer not to use them. So it's just based on each child, and we're really able to differentiate almost for every kid or type of learner throughout different parts of the day and reach them, in what they're comfortable, what they prefer. So.
All right, excellent. So how did we decide at Stratford to why was this so important? What was the push, do you think?
I think at our grade levels it's kind of always been done because I think hands-on is at our age a lot of what kids, before they develop different types of learning styles and stuff, that's kind of what they know when they're little, that's how they learn everything. But then I think it's always been kind of around, but it was more pushed a couple years ago. We started it.
And just reaching everybody, every child in the way that they learn best. I don't know how else to say it.
Okay, so, and we do have some students with special needs in both of your classes. So how can you give an example of how you might use your curriculum with them?
With special needs, I guess you've got to learn your student first. You got to figure out what works best for them. For the one that I have in my classroom, shortening up his, the activity is cutting, pasting, writing. For him, that's too much, so we just narrow it down to we're working on the cutting. He's got to get his finger muscles built up, and so he's able to write more, because when they get to kindergarten they do a lot of writing. So I guess I feel that's what my job is, and so we shorten up the activity.
Focus only on one of those.
Exactly. What's most important for him in that activity.
Mm-hmm. And Ms. Johnson?
I think, one way that we've really used it is through technology, because that's just something that is really enticing to that child and helps them. They get reached that way a lot of times, so we might have, kind of like you said, shorten the work, have this work done, and then you get to go play this computer. But it's always, a math game or whatever we're focusing on, it involves that. But that's what they need, to learn the skill. It won't come through paper and pencil all the time for them. But
and they're still learning, it's just in a different way. They're learning through technology, whereas another child can be sitting at their desk and paper pencil.
Yeah.
And how do you think technology does fit in with as far as engagement for your little ones? Or is that you both have smart boards? While we're on the subject, let's just talk about that a little tiny bit.
My smart board is broken right now, and I really miss it when it's broken, because it's up in front, it's large, the kids can see it. It's interactive somewhat. I don't let mine do a lot on it, although I know they can, but that's something when they get to kindergarten, they do a lot of interactive.
They can basically run it. They know how to turn it on, they know how to turn it off, they know how to get where they want to go, and it's just great to have so many things. Like, you see all these things on the internet. Well, it's just at their fingertips then. You know, and we create things on there, but then also all that stuff, you don't want to create everything. So you can go out and find a game for pretty much anything you're talking about, and it's there for them, and it's engaging. They're glued to it, and it's a great learning tool. I mean, you know, it can't be used for everything, but it's...
I noticed you have it as one of your centers.
Yeah. So each day they have the choice if they want to go work up there, and it's a one that everybody wants to go to, because they get to go and they get to run it, and they know, like I said, they know what they're doing.
Yeah. So technology is very much an integration part of this UDL, as we're calling it today. All right. Thanks so much for your interview.